Hey everyone. So today we're going to talk about making Windows images available on the Openstack cloud. This is going to be a long video. Uh, and I'm going to stop and pause. I'll try to make it as fast as possible, but let's go ahead and get started. So first, let's just start out, and we're going to search Openstack Windows image creation. And the first page you'll get is the Openstack document, and it's pretty useful. It's got a lot of good information on it. Uh, so we'll keep that open. But there's also another page that I found that's pretty straightforward. So just on the end of Windows image creation, put newbie. I like this page. Uh, it makes, this is it right here. It makes things a little more straightforward. Um, he's got all kinds of good stuff out here, but Windows image creation, that's what we're after. So next thing we need to do is we need to get a copy of Windows. So on the OpenStack page, open up this link here and we'll go to Microsoft, and they will allow us to download Windows Server and use it for 180 days, but you do have to create an account. So hit sign in and you'll have to create your own account. It's free. Just sign in. And we want an ISO file. And here we go. It's downloading. So while that's going, we're also going to need VirtualBox. VirtualBox is a free, just search VirtualBox, it's virtualbox.org. It's a free virtual environment made by Oracle or owned by Oracle that you can use on Windows to spin up whatever kind of machine you want. But we're just going to grab the Windows version here. And while that's downloading, we've got the two big ones going. Let's download some other stuff we need. So we need Vert.io drivers. These are drivers that you can use that will allow Windows to use the virtual devices like network interfaces and hard drives and things like that. So grab this, get that downloading. And we'll also need Cloud-Based Init, but I like to download Cloud-Based Init from the slice we create in VirtualBox and install it. So we'll do that later. So I'm going to let all this stuff download, and then I'll be back. Okay, Windows is still downloading, but we can go ahead and proceed with VirtualBox. So let's get that install going. Go to your downloads. And VirtualBox is pretty much just a click through install. Next. That's fine. It's going to create some network interfaces and USB bridges and things like that to be able to talk to your actual hardware, but just it's fine. It won't hurt anything. And we'll start it up. Now I've got a couple of previous virtual machines I've created out here that you won't have, but it should pretty much look like this. So we'll continue waiting for Windows to download. We can get started on some of this here. So let's just hit new, and let's call this guy Windows. And select your type as Windows, and we're going to do server 64-bit 2012. There. And hit next, or hit create. So we are going to select a QCOW2 image. We're going to create a QCal. It's not a QCal2 image yet. We're going to create a QCal image, and then we're going to send it to Linux, have it convert it to a QCal2, then we'll send it back and send it to OpenStack. It's not the best process in the whole world, but it's about the easiest way to do it if you want to use VirtualBox to create your images. So hit create, and let's hit settings, and we'll set up the storage, create an additional optical drive, and leave it empty for now. On the first drive, when your Windows image download completes, as ours has, put in your ISO for your Windows image, and then in your second drive, put that VirtIO ISO, the virtual IO drivers in the other drive. And then go to network, and we're going to set this guy as the VirtIO net card so that we can use that Red Hat driver and it won't give us any complaints. So that should be good. Let's hit OK, and let's hit start. And this will be a pretty typical Windows install. Okay, select the language you need. Install now. And for some reason they give you an option here on top to install it without the GUI. We want a GUI, so hit the second one. Hit next. And we accept. Hit next. Go custom install, and this is important. You need to set the drivers for the drive so that it'll use a virtual disk. So hit load driver. We're going to browse, and we're going to browse to that CD that we mounted there in VirtualBox. Go to storage, and go, either one of these will work, but hit the folder in here so it'll find it. Okay, untick this because it's going to hide those from you, and just pick the top one. These are all the same kind of driver. Just pick the top one and hit next. It'll load that driver up. This is really the key to getting these images to work as virtual images. You have to have the right driver for the hard drive. Hit next. And this is going to copy all these files. So I'm going to pause the video until this is done, and I'll be back. These are just the final steps here. It's going to take a minute for it to come back up. Okay, it's going to reboot the instance a couple of times, but eventually you'll get here where you can set your password. Password has to be semi-complicated. Go ahead and put that in. And the finalizing takes a couple of minutes. Okay, and then you'll get the login screen. So easiest way to send Control-Alt-Delete in VirtualBox is to go to Input Keyboard, Control-Alt-Delete, punch in your password. Alright. So first things first, you'll notice it's complaining about that network adapter down there. You can minimize this for now. So let's go load that driver. Control panel, hardware, device manager is the easiest way. Find it, update device driver, browse, and then go find that ISO file that we mounted for the VirtIO drivers. Go to network, and just either one of these will work. Just click this one. Hit next. Let it install it. And we're good on that. Do yourself a favor. Next, go pop open computer on C drive. Make you a folder called drivers. And just copy everything that's on this VirtIO driver CD into that folder. That way every image will have it available to it. It'll make life a lot easier in the future if you ever need a driver. So that's good. And we need to do cloud init, but we also need to do some housekeeping things, like make sure the admin user is in remote desktop. So go to administrative tools, computer management, shared folders. Oh, not shared folders. Local users, go to groups, and go to remote desktop users. Add to group, hit add, type in administrator, hit check name just to make sure. That's good, hit OK, and hit apply, and that will make sure admin can get in via remote desktop. And there's also something I like to do with admin is hit properties on the admin user, and you want to make sure that he doesn't have to reset his password every time he logs in, because that's really annoying. So that's good. You have to enable remote desktop as well. So the easiest way is just to go down here and go to start, and go to computer, and then right click computer, hit properties, remote settings, and allow remote connections. He's going to complain, but that's fine. Apply that. And one thing I would also recommend doing, go back to control panel, system security, Windows firewall, and turn it off. It's just going to give you better luck because it's going to complain sometimes. So hit OK. So we're good. Now let's go get the cloud init. So pop open Internet Explorer. Recommended setting is fine. Let's go to Google. While the image is still in VirtualBox, this is the best time to customize anything you want. So if you have certain users or certain programs or whatever you want to put on here, do it now. As usual, browsing on a server is a pain. Okay, so just search like we did before. And that'll get you to that newbie page we've been using. Here it is. And we'll add it, that's fine. You don't have to add all these, just the ones these are advertisements. Okay, and then go down and get, oh, here it is, cloud-based init. Hit that. You will want to add that site. Don't need Twitter. And then scroll down a little bit, and you'll see these. You want the 64-bit. And you might have to click this a couple times to get the download going. There it is. Hit save. Takes a couple minutes to download. Okay, go ahead and run it. Hit next. You accept it. Hit next. Hit next. Next. Admin's fine. Install. Okay. Run this when we close this box. There's no need to shut down the system. We'll reboot it here in a second. So hit finish. Close this out. Let this do its thing. Okay. Now that it's done, let's reboot this image. I always go to the wrong one. Restart. So when you restart, it's going to come up with a Cloud Init panel, and it's doing some things. You can just close it out, and then it'll actually reboot again. Okay, there's this Cloud Init panel. It's just a bunch of debug information. Just close it. And it's going to kick it over one more time. I thought we ticked that. Oh well. We are going to here in just a second. So if you go to local server, it's a good idea to come down here and go to services, search for cloud. Make sure he's running and he's in automatic, so he'll come up every time. So that's good. Let's go to admin tools and fix that ID real quick. It looked good, but maybe I missed something. Yeah, see, we don't want that. Password never expires. Let's do that. And apply. Okay. Let's power it down again, and our image is ready to go to Openstack. Well, not quite yet. So let's shut him down. Here's the tricky part. What we need to do is get this image over to a Linux machine, convert it to QCOW2, then bring it back and upload it to OpenStack. So I'm going to pull open the MAS server. You can do this on whatever Linux server you'd like. And I'm going to use PuTTY SCP from DOS. You can get, I'll show you real quick, but just go to the internet and download PuTTY SCP. Yeah, just go to PuTTY downloads. It'll be right here. This will allow you to transfer files in between Linux and Windows. And what we want to do is that PuTTY SCP is in the download directory. So I'll put these commands on the site. They're kind of long-winded. We want to take users, and it's in this virtual IO directory. I'll show you here. We're looking for the image. So users, VirtualBox VMs, Windows, and we want the disk image, the cow file, QCOW file. So you can just copy this. It has a space in it, so we got to use parentheses, not parentheses, quotes, and then put in the name of that cow file. And then we want to send it using the Chris user to that MAS IP. And we'll just put it in the temp directory because temp is open and has access and won't complain when we try to copy it there. Punch in your password. And it's going to send it over. Again, it's important you have a pretty fast connection because this thing's about 8 gig. So we're going to let it transfer and then I'll be back on the video. Okay, the upload completed. Let's go check on Maz. And the one from today, there it is. So I need to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, so you want to run this conversion command, and I'll put it on the site. But basically what it's telling you is from to um, the file names. We're just going to keep the file names the same. Cow versus cow2, and it'll convert it. Takes about 5-6 minutes to convert, and it'll just return to command prompt when it's done. I'll be back. Okay, it has converted. Now we need to pull it back to the Windows machine. So we'll just bring up this command again, and we'll trade it around. Add your 2. And we want to come from Linux this time. And now we'll download the cow2 file. It takes about 5 minutes. Okay, the download is finished. Now we're ready to push it up to the cloud. So let's pop open the Openstack GUI. Okay, and project, images, and I'm just going to get rid of this one. It's a VDI and it's really slow. That's a good point to note. You can use just about any format in OpenStack, but some seem to work better than others. The QCOW2 seems to be the fastest. Um, I don't know, the performance seems to be better, so that's what we're going with in this video. So let's create an image. Let's call it Windows. From File, choose File. And again, they're in your user folder. So see users, VirtualBox VMs, Windows. So we uploaded the cow2 to this file just to make it easier. So that's it. Open it up. Give it quite a bit. Let's do 25 gig because it's Windows. And 1024. Make it public. Create image. All right. So it's got to upload over 8 gig of data to the cloud from your PC, so it's going to take a while. It's going to do this for a while, and then it's going to come up here and do some queuing and stuff. I'll show you what that looks like as soon as this part's done. Okay, so when it gets done uploading and installing the image, it'll go active. Now, the easy part. We're just going to spin up an instance. So launch an instance. Let's just call it Windows. And let's make it fairly large. And from image, grab your new Windows image. Security, just make it all. Key pair, that's fine. Don't need a key pair for Windows really. Admin net, and launch it. It takes anywhere 10-15 minutes for these things to launch on my configuration. You know, it's all based on hardware, right? How good your hardware is. But I'm going to pause the video until this guy is ready to go. Okay, so that one took about 12 minutes to spin up. Even though that it's done spawning, it's just now actually coming up. You can pull the console open, but there's probably nothing there. So it's going to take 3, 4, 5 more minutes on my hardware anyway to get it to come up. So we'll give it another couple minutes, and I'll be back. So it's been just a handful of minutes here, but he's now coming up on the console. Uh, Again, still building, still pretty slow, but we'll continue watching it. Let's go ahead and pop this into a new tab. Seems to just work better that way. I'll pause it again. I'm letting it work, getting spun up. So let's send the Control-Alt-Delete. And put in your password. While this is working, you can go back to your instances here and throw a floating IP on it. Just grab one or create one, whatever you need to do. So that way we can use that floating IP with remote desktop. So let's go back to console, see what's going on. So your big thing is make sure this network interface is working, and it looks like it's doing okay. Um, all in all, I mean the slice looks healthy. It's still spinning up service manager and things like that, I'm sure. Let's make sure we can get out to the internet. And we can, so internet is working, networking is working. One more. So at this point, everything's looking pretty good. There's one more thing we need to do. Let's test remote desktop. And it was at 6, so let's go ahead and connect. And administrator, let's put in the password. And there it is. That is Windows Images on Openstack. I hope this was useful, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.